Deep in the quiet hill county of southern New Hampshire, the landscape feels deceptively peaceful. If you drive past the old farms of Milford and navigate the narrow dirt lanes into Lyndeborough, the modern world quickly fades away. You find yourself at the edge of the Purgatory Reservation, a rugged patch of conservation land split directly down the middle by the borders of two historic towns.
Most weekend visitors pull into the lower parking lots, taking the flat, easy stroll to see the lower Cascades. But today, we're leaving the crowds behind. We are heading deep into the woods to find the most isolated, dramatic, and geologically bizarre section of the entire reservation, the Upper Falls. The trail starts simply enough, winding through a quiet cathedral of towering hemlocks and patches of vibrant green fern. But don't let the gentle start fool you. The air out here changes quickly. It drops several degrees as you move closer to the watershed, turning thick with the scent of damp pine needles and ancient wet granite. As the path narrows, a low rhythmic thrumming begins to vibrate through the forest floor. Purgatory Brook is calling, and the deeper you walk, the more the forest begins to shift from an ordinary New England woodland into something far more wild. As you reach the upper boundary of the trail, the ground to your left drops off sharply. You are suddenly hiking along the razor-edge rim of a massive, steep-sided ravine. 60 feet straight down, Purgatory Brook has carved a feature that looks entirely out of place in New Hampshire. Its smooth, tight slot canyon, a mini gorge sliced cleanly through the bedrock, resembling something you'd expect in the canyons of Utah, rather than the backwoods of New England. It's this dark, dramatic gorge that gave this area its ominous name. Local folklore from the 1700s warns that this ravine was none other than the devil's personal kitchen. According to legend, Satan himself once hosted an infernal bean feast inside these cliffs for a group of early churchmen. The story goes that he drew so much heat from the fires of hell that the solid stone melted beneath him, trapping his foot. If you look closely at the bedrock near the crest of the falls today, you can still see the physical remnants that fueled those campfire stories. There is a deep, perfectly round glacial pothole, 10 feet deep, known locally as the Devil's Bean Pot. Right beside it sits a massive 7-foot-long indentation in the stone called the Devil's Footprint. But the ravine wasn't just a place of myth. Long before it was a quiet conservation sanctuary, this exact spot was a bustling Victorian area playground. In August of 1889, over 2,000 people gathered right here for the dedication of the Hutchinson's Grove. For decades leading up to World War I, tourists would take horse-drawn excursions from grand summer hotels to spend weekends here. This isolated ravine once boasted a crowded dance hall, a bowling alley, and elaborate picnic grounds, all of which have since been completely reclaimed by the forest, leaving only the stone behind. Whether you stand in this canyon during the roaring rush of the spring melt or in the quiet days of autumn when the pool is choked with gold leaves, Upper Purgatory Falls serves as a quiet reminder. It proves that New England still holds on to its secrets, and that sometimes the wildest, most untamed sanctuaries are hidden just a few miles beyond the asphalt, waiting for those willing to look a little closer.